Set your system's volume control for slightly above the normal listening level.
The newly released Quest 3 is a game changer, putting full-color, usable mixed reality in the hands of millions. I want to start off this video by saying that I am by no means an expert. I just really love VR, and these are some of my opinions on what may or may not come in the future. Now, I unfortunately have been unable to get my hands on a Quest 3, but that doesn't stop me from receiving the hundreds and hundreds of videos in my feed, which definitely isn't further fueling my desperate need for this device. I mean, I can't even look at my Quest 2 anymore. It's disgusting. So, I love virtual reality. I mean, I've been following the tech for years. I have my 4 trackers, my base stations, slime trackers, you name it. Not missing a thing. So, what's the point of this video? I mean, how should I know? I mean, I'm editing this on Microsoft Clipchamp. Come on, give me a break. You think I planned this? The Quest 3 is going to be remembered as a paradigm shift in the entire VR industry. I mean, you have people actually outdoors with VR headsets, ordering coffee and whatever else while interacting with their mixed reality UI. I've heard enough stories of people bringing their headsets outside and completely ruining them, so I may not be brave enough to do this, but it's still cool to see. I mean, with the way things are progressing, I could definitely see mass adoption of this technology within 3 to 5 years. Now, obviously, most people would prefer a much smaller form factor, and we can already see strides in that direction with Meta's new Ray-Ban smart glasses. So the functionality on them currently is pretty limited, basically just a camera and an AI assistant, but I'm sure with the implementation of other technologies that it could become a lot more. The glasses form factor can't help but remind me of the Google Glass, and hopefully the Meta smart glasses can evolve into what that should have been. If we take a look at the prototypes that Meta revealed last year, it's clear to see that they're working their way through some of the toughest problems within the VR industry. The main areas of concern currently, at least to Meta, are varifocals, distortion, retina resolution, and high dynamic range. Now, I could make a video on each of these topics separately, but to put it simply, varifocals would basically allow you to focus on any object in a VR scene regardless of how far away it is, and this would drastically increase immersion. Fixing distortion would also be a massive boost in immersion, removing any possible artifacts created by the refraction of the lenses. Retina resolution is basically just increasing the resolution of the screens in the headset high enough so that they would be indistinguishable from the real world. And finally, high dynamic range is basically just how bright the screens in the headset can get to better simulate the real world, and this is usually measured in nits. With each of these areas of concern, Meta revealed prototypes that each solved one of the main issues. In regards to varifocal, Meta developed multiple prototypes labeled Half Dome. These headsets physically moved the displays closer and farther away from the lenses, changing the focal depth of the image. When it comes to distortion, Michael Abrash, the chief scientist of Oculus VR, believes that iterations of current lens designs and distortion correction algorithms are the best bet to fixing this issue. Butterscotch is the name of the headset focused on retina resolution, and with this headset you can expect visual clarity equal to 20/20 vision in the real world. If you compare the visual clarity of Butterscotch to the Oculus Rift or even the Quest 2, the clarity speaks for itself. Starburst is another prototype headset that aims to achieve lifelike high dynamic range. The Quest 2 displays are able to reach 200 nits, while the Starburst headset can reach 20,000 nits, 100 times more than the Quest 2. High dynamic range at this level opens the door to extremely lifelike VR, hopefully without completely blinding you. Now, as I mentioned earlier, a major problem among the VR community currently is the size and bulk of most consumer VR headsets. The big screen beyond is a glimpse into the future of compact headsets, sacrificing any standalone capabilities for extremely high quality displays and a small comfortable form factor. So what's Meta's solution to this? Well, it's the HoloCake 2. which manages to not only shrink the width of the lenses, but the optical path as well. And this leads to an ultra-thin form factor. With Meta pouring billions and billions of dollars into the VR market, the eventual integration of all these features into one headset seems almost inevitable. Unless, of course, Meta keeps making all these brilliant marketing decisions. So what about the Quest 4? Well, since a Quest Lite is rumored to be on the way, and the Quest 4 is supposed to come out late 2025, I believe that the Quest 4 is going to be a major spec bump compared to the Quest 3. I'm praying that we finally make the switch back to OLED with micro OLED displays, since the Quest 3 for whatever reason decided to stick with LCD panels. The Quest 4 will be running an updated chipset, most likely a Snapdragon XR3, and with this I'm sure that the mixed reality quality will also be massively improved. Along with all these other improvements, I'm sure that we'll also get a slight increase in FOV, and alongside that a lighter headset altogether. Face tracking and more importantly eye tracking are becoming must-haves on VR headsets, and I know we were all expecting it with the Quest 3, but hopefully we can see it in the future in the Quest 4. But there's no real way to know for sure until we get closer to the release date. Anyways, that about wraps up everything I wanted to talk about. Thank you so much for making it this far. Please let me know down in the comments what kind of topics and videos you want to see from me in the future. This channel will be pivoting to focus more on VR content and adjacent technology. So if that's something you want to see, please consider subscribing. Thanks for watching.